I'm Guy,
Hi, I'm Troy.
and this is Geek Tank.
Your One of Us is Out of Focus size podcast.
Yep, and knocking over his background.
Yeah. More light, less light. Have a palm in the face. If I hold something up with words, it'll focus. Whoop. Hey, look at that.
There
I
we
just need to
go.
write focus on my face, and then it'll focus on me.
Yeah.
So Alex will be here soon,
Whether he likes it or not,
at least according to him.
right?
Stevie. Yep. So I have not been I think I'm at least 2, if not 3 seasons behind on Strange New Worlds. But I saw you post that you were happy that there was a new episode that came out.
Hello, Bob. Yes, we're three episodes into season 3.
Okay. So I'm not 3 seasons behind. I think I'm just 2
No.
seasons behind.
They suffered badly for the writer's strike.
Mm.
So we actually, when the episode of this year aired, it was the first time since 2023.
Oh.
So it's been quite a while. So I think it was 2 years straight up. So, and it's been canceled. So, well, it hasn't been canceled. It has been canceled. Hasn't been canceled. However you want to look at it, it's got a season 4 and a truncated season 5. So we still have the remainder of season 3. So we still have more episodes ahead of us than behind us, but which is kind of weird. But we know that it ends in season 5. It's over. However, to some degree, that kind of makes sense for Strange New Worlds because there is a definite end point. You know, it's kind of like the movie Titanic. You kind of know how it's going to end, you know?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, the ship sinks. You know. So, to some degree, we know that somewhere down the road, I mean, Pike has to meet his destiny somewhere on the road here. But there's also like ongoing discussion about, doing a Paul Wesley version of the original series with Paul Wesley and playing Kirk, and of course, continuing on with Ethan Pike playing Spock, and we now actually have Scotty on board, so we can continue on with Scotty and stuff like that, and of course we have Uhura, so we've got a good portion of the crew is assembled. So
timeline wise, between the cancellation of the Star Trek the original series up until the first movie in canon, how much time passed for the crew between those 2 points?
They actually made it canonically the same.
Okay, so there's not a lot of stuff. So there's not a lot of stuff to speculate. There's not like, oh, these are the 3 years you never saw the crew do that they could go back and shoot with the new cast.
No, they could. They could. There is. Because it was 69 was the last year of the new series, and then there was 10 years before 79 so there was 10 years between those two.
So there's 10 years worth of voyaging that they could do.
Yeah, they could go back and do that. Yeah. So that could happen. There's also talk of like the little bit. So in theory, it's a 5-year mission and only 3 years were shown. So you could theoretically show the first 2 years and have that connect to the last 3 years, or whatever. Or like you were saying, you could do the first 2 years and then jump over the 3 years and then do the 10 years between the end of the series and the beginning of the movies. And theoretically, there's still quite a bit of time in there.
Mm-hmm. This is just off the top of my head with very little time to think about it, but I think if I was given the project, I would probably have it start shortly after the 5-year mission had ended and everybody's going off their own direction, but then have them getting together and talking about the stuff that happened those first 2 years.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have it sort of fill in that piece. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Haha.
There's an Alex.
Alex.
Alex, who has the big square. We don't know why Alex has the big square, but he does.
It's like Hollywood Squares.
Mm-hmm. Can't hear
Hey.
Alex.
How about now?
Now we can hear Alex.
I heard you the first time, but it was kind of faint.
Weird.
You were fainting.
Speaking of shows that are ending, Resident Alien found out the bad news that the current season is going to be the last season.
At
and
SDCC.
Yeah, that's where they found out.
Wow.
And
Huh.
yeah. Which is weird because it has a pretty strong fan base, and from what I understand, it was getting good ratings. I think it's a fun show. So I'm wondering if it's one of those things that if another network's going to try to swoop in and grab it or something.
Yeah, it's very interesting. All of that is intriguing. There's a number of shows that seem to stop all of a sudden for reasons, and they don't. So I think streaming has changed the landscape quite a bit, because I think we're getting different criteria now.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were just talking about, the Strange New Worlds is coming to an end as well. And they won't do Star Trek Legacy, which seems to be what everybody wants. And so it's really strange. It's like it. I mean, I never really expected that the fan base was in charge of everything to begin with, but I mean, it's not like I expect miracles out of the fan base, but still, there's a different set of criteria. They're not running off of the same criteria we had before, whenever it was terrestrial TV.
But the Resident Alien's actually USA Network simulcasted on Sci-Fi, so it wasn't streaming. Because Alan Tudyk was talking about in an interview, it's a hard model to do because you have to have sponsors to keep the show going, and it was
and I didn't mean to imply that it was streaming, but rather that I think streaming has changed the landscape.
Yeah, I feel like you have a better shot at being on streaming than you do on network TV.
Yeah, it's also cheaper. You don't have to have the overhead of a network, which actually is quite significant. So
I think they're probably looking at it from a standpoint, the execs, the people who greenlight the stuff. And this is conjecture, but I think that they're looking at it as if they can get a large following quickly, that's great. But they can also see when that following starts to drop off pretty immediately. Like it's not like waiting for the metrics to come in and seeing who's represented what. They can easily see how many viewing hours was done on a particular show, and when that starts to dwindle, I can also see where there's such a saturated market that they want to try to get the new thing as fast as possible, get people watching it.
Yeah.
So therefore, I think that in that way, shows have a shorter time frame to tell their story.
That's fair.
It's a shorter time frame for them to get big enough to continue on. But then as soon as things start to drop off, then the network, the streaming service, the studio can be like, you're contracted for this many episodes, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, like that they have immediate data. And as I also said, there's so much out there already that they by living by engagement, they have to try to engage as much and as hard as possible.
Right.
Years and years ago, when Guy and I were working on our fan Star Trek thing, my goal was to very specifically have, this is how many seasons I want to do, and we end here. But we end in a way that if somehow it's popular enough, there's a way written into it that it could continue without feeling forced.
Right.
And so the goal was, if we ever did get it started, was to really try to shoot for, I think it was like 2 seasons worth of stuff. Like 12, I think it was 24 episodes total is what we're looking at. Hey, Bob. Hey, Brent.
Yar.
Yeah. And Bob's saying that, thinking that they're doing a Resident Alien movie to tie everything up, which I think would be funny or good. Also announced recently was that Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion are going to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Which I actually kind of into. That's got to be ridiculous. I mean, I liked the Superman movie, but I've got to say, Nathan Fillion was one of the best parts. I liked all of it, but I really liked Nathan Fillion's part.
One of the people with me at the theater, it wasn't until like Fillion had like 15 minutes of screen time, so like his second or third scene, they're like, that's Nathan Fillion.
God.
Yeah, my partner realized immediately who it was, and I was like, squint. Oh yeah, but
yeah, he had some good prosthetics.
Yeah, that character, that rendition of Green Lantern, I was completely unfamiliar with. Like, I basically got out of comics before that character was a thing, or Mr. Terrific was a thing. So I was like, okay. There's a bunch of new stuff here.
It wasn't that. Nathan Fillion has a nature as a person, as an actor they might be calling it the Serenity Podcast. I actually do not know. But as an actor,
it's called
things.
Once We Were Spacemen is the name of the podcast.
Oh, that's right. Once We Were Spacemen. That's correct.
Yeah.
So.
Well, cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
I was going to double check because before this movie was ever made, I thought I had heard rumored that Fillion was up to be a Green Lantern like years ago and didn't get it. So I don't know if that's just my brain making stuff up or not, though. So I was looking up to see if there's anything in here.
I don't remember that. I feel like I remember a lot of. I feel like Nathan Fillion's tried to do a lot of things in time. So, but yeah, that was just. And there was one line in there that made me quote a specific line. It was very funny. I won't spoil anything, but note that I was making a very specific response to it that involves Dr. Horrible and his sing-along blog.
Mm-hmm.
Referencing that.
Of course. How could you not know?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought he was up for something. There might have been a totally other superhero thing that long time ago that I confused with it.
Maybe.
But I thought it was an okay film. It didn't blow me away, but it was definitely worth the time and money. I didn't feel like I wasted my time seeing it.
Right. Right. Agreed. So
cool. I didn't think it out of the two stingers at the end of the trailer or the end of the credits. I only felt one of them was really worth it. But I'm glad you did say something. But I did notice that, it's easily 80% of the theater got up and left the moment the credits started rolling.
Right.
It's kind of like, how many of these people just don't care versus how many of these people haven't caught on yet that there's scenes that happen after the credits.
Yeah. Well, and that it's become sort of the
year.
Yeah. It's becoming sort of the thing we do. It's what we do.
It's been a thing in Superman movies since Iron Man, at least. That came out what, 23 years ago?
Yeah,
Right.
Samuel Jackson. And then before that, I think the first time I remember it being was Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
But it was always like a rare thing
yeah,
until MCU stuff. I think I might be wrong.
Oh, hey, I finally fixed Alex's camera.
there we go.
I
I
don't.
was looking this up. Psha! The first movie to feature a post-credit scene, also known as a stinger, was the 1966 spy spoof "The Silencers," starring Dean Martin. This scene showed Matt Helm, played by Martin, lounging with several women, with text indicating the character would return in the next film.
Hmm. Yeah, most often they don't do stingers after all the credits. They're like after
Yeah.
the fancy credits before it goes to the plain text.
Mhm.
One thing I didn't know when we first watched it is that there's a second stinger in Sinners, and the second stinger is just a short little clip of what's his name, Sammy, preacher boy,
Yeah.
in the church playing "This Little Light of Mine,"
Oh,
which puts a good, nice, actually puts like a nice little bookend to the movie or to the
which
film
is
because
which is
that,
weird. I thought we stayed through all of it.
nope, we did not
Nope.
stay through all of it. We didn't.
Wow.
We watched the one stinger,
Mhm.
which is actually a really cool epilogue.
Yeah.
And then there's that other one. Yeah, I was actually um, my parents were in town staying with us, and so one evening we watched Sinners. And during the big fight part of the movie, I was like, I've seen this a couple times already. I don't need to watch it again. I started like looking up stuff about it on TV tropes, and they said in it, it's like, oh, there's a second post credit sequence. No way. Cool.
Neat.
So, but yeah, and of course, you can always find those online pretty easily.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing a rewatch of it anyway.
Mm-hmm. It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was always. It's interesting what catches and what doesn't in sort of the culture of movie making. I keep thinking about that a lot, especially when we talk about other countries and other cultures and things like that. And always fascinating to me. Just wrapping up that statement there.
Cool.
I'm just proud of myself for flipping Alex back around again. It's been really weird having him go the other direction.
Whoa.
Messing with my world. I'm like, is Alex sitting in a different part of his room?
Nope.
Is he somewhere else? Where
Yes.
is he? It's been bothering me, and so
Yeah, before the stingers really became a big thing, to me, the thing that was in you'd have an actor who would have something. So, like for instance, Jackie Chan. Almost all of Jackie Chan's films have the post-credit blooper scenes.
Yep. Blooper reel. Yep.
Yeah. Which are typically really painful to watch.
Mm-hmm.
yes, almost everything involving Jackie Chan's bloopers are always.
Dear God.
Yeah.
How did that man do that?
It's been forever since I've seen the Cannonball Run, but I guess that has bloopers at the end of that too.
Oh, cool.
So, the Karate Kid movie. Speaking of that, did that just come and go and vanish?
Yeah, I don't think it stuck around.
It's a bummer. Speaking of Jackie Chan,
I heard it was good. I figured I didn't have to watch it on the big screen, so I didn't make it a priority.
oh, okay. It was a summer movie, and my summer was full of work. So, oh, by the way, Alex, those were excellent donuts. Thank you so much.
I know.
Did you make
You're
donuts?
right. No.
No,
Yeah,
I got them
Baby
from a
donuts.
place called Knox Bakery. They're up at South Boulder Road in Wadsworth, basically. And they do cake donuts and they do mochi donuts. And I know mochi donuts are becoming more popular here in the States. There's actually several places around town you can find them, but that's the place that I tend to go to because they do all of their batters and icings and glazes and everything are made in-house. They do not ship any of that in from any food distributors or anything. They do it all themselves. And speaking of finding out things aren't selling and therefore they got rid of them, they actually got rid of my favorite icing, the lime
Oh no.
icing, because not enough people were buying them. And I certainly am not going to make a trip up there frequently to get donuts because though I love them, I gotta not eat them all the time. So,
Yeah, that's why I'm not allowed to, except for that. I'm
Yeah.
just sorry I come home and crashed out and went to sleep. And so,
it's your birthday.
yeah, and I
It was
worked
like
it the whole day.
yeah, it was like we were like waiting on you for something.
Yeah,
So I'm glad that they only had 5 glazed at the time and 1 cinnamon sugar.
worked
So,
perfectly.
okay.
But yeah, they were really good. Just very tasty donuts. Thank you.
I'm glad you appreciate them.
Yeah, and appreciate you
Okay.
on the same token. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I never really watched any of the Pixar bloopers. I like the vampire change they did in it. What changes that? I'm wondering.
yeah, Brent.
Yeah, I did think it was really funny because rewatching it watching for the third time, where it was sort of like, I mean, I guess anybody. I mean, Troy and I have seen it. Guy probably never wants to see it. Brent's seen it.
You're right,
It's like,
but I'm chuckling anyway.
I mean, and it's been out for a couple months at this point. So, but it's like the vampire lord is all like, oh yeah, we can all be one happy family with no racism or sexism or anything. It's all good and groovy, guys. Like the whole like we all family at the club thing. But it's Sammy with his magical music, brings forth the ancestors and the descendants from the future of the people who are there in his audience. It's not just not just a thing here or there, but then it's I did think it was funny that the Irish vampire who is all like, oh yeah, we can all be like one family together, blah blah blah. When he was doing that and turning them into vampires, he's making them all do his music and dances. It's like a little subtle dig to colonization there, I thought.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And okay.
Yeah, they had a hive mind thing going, which I don't think is a spoiler, which I have not seen done in a vampire thing before.
Yeah.
Which when you think of things from a role-playing game tactical standpoint, when all your villains have hive mind, that's a huge disadvantage for the heroes.
Oh yeah. And looking at it with the and like the vampire lord is of course more powerful than the other ones. Not even necessarily with I don't know, on stats, but also just like, oh yeah, like the new vampires totally get burned, like they explode when sunlight hits them. As opposed to he even in the opening scene where he establishes him, he's like in somewhat direct, indirect, dimming sunlight, and he's definitely feeling it, but he doesn't die from it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, cool. But no, good movie. Like I actually like upon my third watch of it, I'm like, yeah, I like everything except for like the big vampire fight. Because I mean, I've already seen it a couple times. It's not bad, but it's sort of like, eh.
Yeah. Always interesting. Always interesting.
That was really cool. And I did like how there was like a lot of I did appreciate more and more each time I watched it, like all the little things that are obviously well researched, but that they don't throw up in it. It's well researched, it's in the text, it's in the film, but it's not, they don't beat you over the head with it. And so I thought that was really good.
Well, I think that, that's something I find in most movies now. If they are very subtle, I really like it. You know,
Yeah, please trust your audience.
yeah, agreed. So that works.
Yeah, we also showed my folks, or our, like Neil and I's folks, Wednesday. They'd never seen the Wednesday TV show, and as
Which
the second
season 2 is
season
on its way
comes
out? Yeah,
out Wednesday,
Wednesday.
but yeah, we decided to watch it, and it was pretty good. I'm not sure if mom was slipping or she just didn't want to like say it, but she is notorious for figuring out the
Mm-hmm.
whatever film or TV show we're watching. Like, she'll be watching like a show for like 10 minutes and be like, "Oh, that guy did it." It's like, "What?" She's like, "I just know. That guy did it." And I often do that too, but not as much as she used to. And she did not say that with Wednesday, nor did she. Or like I said, maybe she was slipping a little bit, or she just didn't vocalize it. It was still fun.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haley Steinfeld.
Who?
Stein. Oh, I know who we're talking about. Bumblebee. I lost her.
Transformers.
Yeah, well, Brent's talking about the actress who was the main character on Bumblebee. I love
Oh,
Bumblebee. It's a good movie. And she also played she played opposite Hawkeye.
Oh.
So, but now, of course, reading the name up there has completely marred my brain.
yeah. I don't
Names
think
are not
I've.
a thing I'm good at to begin with. So,
I'm just not sure what is the connection. Is she in Sinners or?
I guess she's in Sinners. Is she? Oh, is she Mary?
Yeah, she's Mary.
Okay, yeah, because that would be like the only thing I've seen her in.
yeah, I like her. She's cool.
I think.
But I really liked her in Bumblebee. That's like the
Yeah,
point where I was
it's
like, hey, I
Mary.
like her because of Bumblebee.
Yeah, never watched it.
It's a good movie. You don't have to watch it.
Yeah, I watched the first couple of Transformers movies, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna watch anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing about Bumblebee is that they went back to a different tack. That's why I like it, because I'm not a big Michael Bay Transformer version. So
watch this really roundabout transition I'm about to do here.
All right.
So coming up in 2026, the new Heroescape being made by Renegade is licensed GI Joe, and so they're going to be releasing Heroescape GI Joe, which means there's a good chance they're going to license Transformers for Heroescape, which would be Bumblebee. And then, of course, when all that happens, you could buy them all from one of our sponsors.
By going to say that Geek Tank is sponsored by Kieran Games, Geekway Homes, The Massage Wizard, and your
mama. Mamola. I'm just making up words now.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Willie the Shake.
Yeah, we were thinking, my spouse and I are thinking about doing a Sinners cosplay and doing Stack and Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Not the 1990s versions of them, though.
Yeah, if you had the resources and time, you could do the early version cosplay one day and then do the later version the next day.
Right. Get the wig.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty funny.
It would be.
Actually be really funny to do. I mean, if since we're talking complete hypotheticals, Friday would be human, Saturday would be vampire, and then Sunday would be 90s.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember how it came up Saturday night, but I thought of Steven Seagal's cock puncher thing.
I love that.
And I was like, I missed my opportunity. I didn't know about it when I had a ponytail, but that would have been a fun cosplay to do.
It would have been a great costume for you to do back when you had a ponytail.
Yeah.
Master, I'm ready. No, you are not. Speaking of like weird little videos like that, I found on I found Weird Al, Weird Owl, and it's like a 1 minute or 2 minute long video, and it's just these tiny scenes bridged together with like the Fight Club going through the brain cells, and it's Weird Al and Weird Owl being the same thing, and
That's
it's
awesome.
dumb and awesome. Highly
Nice.
recommend.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, yep. And yeah, so let's see here. I'm still working through Andor. The heist has just gone bad.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Good.
and I haven't watched Demon Slayers in a while because I was like, he's recovering and he's relearning how to do this. Like, he needs to learn how to do this. Like, he already did. It's how he split the boulder back at the beginning when the show was good. But one thing I have done in the geekly realm that I've never done before is I beat God of War 3. And I had to put it down a couple times. Be like, oh, I'm kind of my threshold, my tolerance for playing as young Kratos, externalizing his self-loathing by destroying everything around him is still fairly low.
Yeah.
I did wind up beating it, and it was a well-crafted game. Don't know if I'll ever revisit it, but it was well-crafted, good gameplay, good level design, and it actually does make me want to go back and play God of War 2018 again fairly soon. I always think of that, and I always think of the Onion little blurb that just says owls are assholes.
Yeah.
But yes, the owls are not what they seem. I should do a rewatch of Twin Peaks in the near future. I've not finished watching. I've not rewatched it. Been over a year. And let's see, we're also watching. We're almost done with Sandman. I think we're on the final episode before the epilogue episode that dropped on the 31st. So, but yeah, that the second season is good, but it's not as good as the first season for a
Yeah, I
variety
feel the
of
same way.
reasons. Yeah, like yeah, my kiddo watched it on the recommendation of some other kids from like theater camp, and they love it.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, and it is just a standalone movie. It's not a series or anything.
I'm disappointed that it's not K-pop demons that are being hunted.
Fair.
Well, maybe you need to watch
was-
it and find out.
Well, I thought it was a K-pop band who's hunting demons.
Mm-hmm.
And both can be true at the same time.
And
Now,
yes,
is there a live action version being done, or was that a cosplay picture?
that
I
I
saw?
don't know. I don't know if there's a live action version, but it seems pretty cool. And when my folks came and visited, they also brought one of my nieces who's about my kid's age, and so cousin time was had, and they definitely watched that a couple times and sang and danced with it. Yeah, I mean, it's the same, it's ostensibly the same company, if not the same studio that did the Miles Morales Spider-Verse movies. I will say, just from what I've seen of it, it's not as well done as Spider-Verse. But then, of course, I mean, I'm not gonna look it up, Troy, please. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Spider-Verse movies had a bigger budget than K-pop Demon Hunters.
Easily enough to tell by looking at the still frames here.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah. So right now I'm playing the Prince of Persia kind of side-scrolling or side view Metroid game that came out, I don't know, a year ago. I got it on sale, and was been playing it just to kind of cleanse the palate from God of War. and has a surprisingly deep combat system, which is pretty cool. And I'm still in the early stages of the game, so see how that goes. I did run into a glitch that was I had done a thing, and then I was returning to an area, and it just loaded. Just load screen didn't actually load the game. And I go, that's weird. Restarted the game, did the thing again, same glitch. I'm like, uh-oh. Tried, restarted the game, did it again, did a couple things slightly differently, and then went back to where I was going, and it did not have a load lag. And I'm like, okay. But it's the kind of thing that if that persists, I will stop playing it. Yeah. I just call it Metroid.
So according to Asian News, where to go? Sorry. Yeah, Netflix is planning on expanding the universe by turning it into a franchise that includes a stage musical and a live-action remake, along with a short film to bridge content between the movies.
Okay.
So they're got a lot planned for it.
Sounds like that one hit big.
Yeah.
Slay the Spire. I've not played it, but I've heard the name.
Is that a board game?
They might have made a board game version of it. It's a video game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still on my headset, and I can still hear y'all and talk at y'all. I'm just going to be off camera for a minute.
I'm on my last season of The Great, which is a Hulu show. It has 3 seasons total, 30 episodes. It's fun. The main bad guy, the guy who plays Peter the Great, is the same actor that plays Lex Luthor. So at the end of the movie, I'm like, so this is pretty much if Peter the Great got smart and stopped being an idiot, because it's the same energy, but he's not nearly as successful because he's a moron.
Yeah,
in the TV show.
Yeah, and that actor's got chops. I've now seen him in a handful of things and does a great job in each of them. And some of them are very different roles from each other. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the board game. I think I mentioned this. The kiddo and I have started playing the Princess Bride board game. Which, cool. Let me open up my Steam account, my good old games account here, and see if I can find it.
Somebody had mentioned something about good old games the other. Oh, Descent.
The new Descent.
That apparently. I'm gonna look at good old games, and I don't know if they've got a Descent, but I think they might have Descent.
Okay.
I'm looking now on that one because I'm curious. Thing I love about good old games is they manage to make it so that you can, or maybe not, as in it didn't find it, or maybe it did find it. I wouldn't know. Let's see. Descent 3 Mercenary. Descent 2. Yeah, Descent. Check that out.
It's just decent.
It's decent. Huh.
I don't have any nostalgia love for that game, but X-Wing, I'd play that.
Yeah, the Descent was one of the things I never got into because my dungeon door didn't work in it, and I think it didn't work in it because there was no gravity.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not great at them, but I can totally do like, X-Wing and those kinds of flying around shooting shit games. But like the navigating a maze without an absolute down really wrecked my spatial awareness. Like I played the shit out of the Ghost in the Shell Fuchikoma game where you're climbing up on walls and ceilings just fine. No problem. But Descent, I was like, bleh. Like I cannot hang.
I love Descent. That was one of my absolute favorites.
By the way,
Angela would get into that too with us.
Oh yeah, Angela's freaking. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
After last show, I tried looking up the dub of the dub of the North Star.
Yeah.
And the owners of Fist of the North Star have completely shut down all the access to being able to watch it.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, you know why though?
Yeah.
Because the new Fist is coming out next year.
But the best I could find is people's reactions to watching it. But it's like, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch the thing. So.
Right? Yeah. Nah. Double the North Star is awesome.
But I did find a pirate channel that has them, so I just haven't got around to watching them yet.
Cool.
See.
Yeah, because the ones that I was finding last time I watched it, a few months ago, was like Spanish subtitled versions, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because it was still all the original crappily overdubbed audio.
But mentioning X-Wing and Angela, that reminded me, I was telling my lieutenant with NDK about the legend of the Star Wars How It Should Have Been game.
Yeah, I love that.
And how I'd managed to get the computer set up for a LAN. Angela was the pilot. I forget who the two gunners were, but we had a gunner for each turret. And the ship had to survive for like 10 minutes against a wave of TIE fighters. And the tension that was there based with all the other players of, if our ship blows up, we all die and we can't do anything about it.
People who didn't know how good Angela is at those
right,
things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was like, cool.
Yeah. It'd be harder to roll dice.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. It's like they would take off the dub of the North Star, right? But like you can /I have found the original 80s movie in its entirety on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or like they did a bunch of stories. Not just from Kenshiro's story, but they did like a prequel movie. They did some of the major story arcs, like the Souther story arc, or his fight with Rao. They did also OAVs of like Rao and Toki and Yuria, and you can find all those unabridged on YouTube for free. It's not even hard. But the dub of the North Star, I guess maybe they were like, is making fun of it. Like, don't you guys get it? Fist of the North Star is stupid and silly until the moment it isn't.
Right.
And that's what I like about it.
Agreed.
Okay, I think I found something for you, Troy. I'm going to put it into our private chat.
Private chat.
Secrets. Do we have a private? Yeah, I see there is a private chat here.
It better be a private chat. We've got it's after dark.
Privately talk with the host and other guests.
There you go, buddy.
Alrighty.
All right.
So
nice. Thank you.
De nada.
Saved. Oh, and there's another pirate site that I've actually found all of the episodes of Too Close, which was yanked off of Cartoon Network for copyright reasons, and you can't find it anywhere except on pirate sites now. And it was so weird that it just vanished.
So what was the copyright drama?
Let me look it up. Too Close Cartoon.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love how
they're not close enough.
The Venture Brothers undertones to the Superman.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you were referring to when I saw the scene.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah. Of course, it's so funny too. Like, of course, my kid has not seen the Venture Brothers yet, and they love watching like horror videos and stuff on YouTube. And it's like, oh, there's this monster, and like it'll whisper in your ear, like, don't turn around. If you turn around, and within the next 12 hours, then it'll kill you. I'm like, my kiddo, you don't know what I'm talking about. Just pull up Brock Samson and reach back and you grab it by the goddamn throat. and you squeeze till its goddamn eyes bug out of its head. You can do this.
It's awesome.
So it says it was cut due to cost-cutting measures by Warner Brothers and Discovery, despite positive fan reception and critical acclaim. Although it was just weird how it didn't just get canceled; it got completely removed,
Scrubbed.
and you could find it nowhere. But it was like a more adult version of regular show because it was written by the same guy, and it was exploring the being new parents with like a 8-year-old daughter, and what parenthood was like. And like regular show, it would just go completely bizarre in weird directions. I'm like, now we're sucked into a portal universe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So want to see Death of the Unicorn? Yeah. To recap in brief, worth watching. Saw it in the theater. Took the family out to see it. I was hoping for kind of Army of Darkness levels of comedy to horror ratio, and it is a little bit closer to like Evil Dead 2. So funny parts, but a lot less funny than I had hoped for. But I mean, justice is served. So yeah. So now my kiddo, we'll just go down we'll go down a list of movies. I'm like, I'm not sure you're ready for this, and in reply I receive, I've seen Sleepy Hollow, I've seen Logan, I've seen Death of a Unicorn. I'm like, fair. They've been down for all of it. Some parts are a little bit scary, but we're there with her. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And right now we're watching Community is on Hulu, so we'll probably start watching that soon.
There's 2 episodes, or 1 episode for sure that I can think of that's not available. There was a D&D episode, and the person of color actress on here said it's such BS why they yanked it. But one of the characters shows up as a drow completely covered in black makeup, and the black character's like, that's not right. So they even pointed out in the show, in character, that this person's overstepping a line. So the joke is that the person overstepped the line.
Yeah.
But then they're like, we can't show that episode, so they pulled it off of there. So you have to find it elsewhere. But it's a funny episode because it's a D&D episode.
Right. Like, now I just remember the Venture Brothers when it's like, it's okay when you do it. He's like, what are you fucking talking about, man? No, we have not watched The Last Unicorn. I don't know if I want to rewatch The Last Unicorn. Like, I saw that as a kid in the theater, and I remember it was beautiful, but I also remember it was like, not only was it very sad, it was also very slow. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It doesn't have the modern sensibilities as far as speed goes.
I don't think it had the modern sensibilities when it came out.
Well, there was at that era, there was a thing about, because that was about the same time we were getting the Lord of the Rings version that was animated as well, which also is remarkably slow. Right there at that 70s, 80s junction before we kind of shifted gears a little bit. But I really like The Last Unicorn. And I'm actually kind of curious because I want to kind of show it to my kid, because my kid, oddly, really likes the first Star Trek movie, which also is notoriously slow and
Dear Lord.
And
yeah, I can't. I don't want to watch that movie ever again.
Right. And of course, I've seen it way too many times, but that's neither here nor there. Dedication to my fandom.
Hey, I get it.
But it is and I don't mind it. I have great memories of the things that I was doing at that time, right? Hanging out with my dad and things like that. It was one of the things that he and I did a lot, and would watch that movie, and Dad would fall asleep during it almost every time. So it's interesting because so I'm curious. It's something about, there was slower pacing right there at that juncture, right at the end of the 70s, early 80s. And so it was there was something about slower pacing back then.
Cool.
Said to that stuff. That
Yeah.
thing.
No, yeah.
So speaking of horror movies with a comical twist, month or two ago I saw a movie called Ready or Not, which starts out and kind of plays out as like your typical, oh, this is another one of those kind of horror movies where it's just these people have to survive these other people who are trying to kill them. But it's got a lot of, not a lot, it's got a fair amount of funny scenes in it, especially where people who aren't killers row critical failures in it.
Right.
But it's one of those that was just, I was doing something else and saw that it was available and just decided to give it a watch. That the ending is a very, very good twist on the ending that I didn't see coming. But I wouldn't recommend it as quick go seek out this film. But it's if you can't think of what you want to watch and you want to see a sort of funny horror movie, that's worth it. There are jump scares that I didn't bother to remember where they were, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to you guys.
That's fair.
Especially the twist.
Where they jump scared you, the twist. Here.
Yeah. Well, the way it plays out is not. It's not your traditional jump scare, but it is the kind of surprise thing that I think would bother you.
Right.
So,
that's fair.
All right. Slay the Spire is wish listed.
all right. Let's see. What else is there? Oh, and there's a Korean. I gotta look up the name now because I can't remember. There's a Korean hybrid game show TV show that I watched the first season of, and it was kind of interesting. And as from a producer perspective, it's interesting always trying to determine, okay, what part of this did they actually have to plan out and script for the player versus how much of it's actually the player just being a player in the game. But all the players are told ahead of time, of course, you're going to be on this game show. A zombie invasion is going to happen and you have to stay alive. Please don't brain the actors. They're not really zombies. So don't bust them in the head with a chair and that. And like all physical game shows and stuff of like, you must escape this area without the zombies tagging you and stuff like that. And then now you have to get to this location where you can find supplies and food. And it plays out half game show, half story because they're trying to tell a story along with it. But I just saw the next season came out. Probably one of the funnier parts is one of the players got a little bit too physical and not super curb stomped one, but door pushed one with their foot, like in the hip. And so the writers decided to have that zombie. Every time zombies would show up, that zombie was there and would specifically go after that same guy. So it was like a zombie with a revenge plot.
Vendetta.
That's awesome.
Zombieverse. It's called Zombieverse. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
But there were things in it where I'm like, man, I don't think they could ever do this in America because I feel like somebody get ran over with a car or something. Because when they're all like running to get to the car and get away from the zombies and trying to think what other fun stuff's out there. I heard a bloop. Oh, that was Discord. Or no, that was
Discord. I just don't know whose Discord it was. Might have been mine.
It wasn't mine. Mine's not open.
Yeah, mine. I opened mine 2 days ago, which means it's perpetually open now, making bloop noises.
It had to be yours because I'm on my headphones. You guys wouldn't have heard mine if it was mine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was mine. It's from the museum.
There's going to be a cosplay museum now for IndieK.
There's going to be what?
A cosplay museum.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to have some retro tournaments. We're going to probably do some ad hoc tournaments. A lot of retro games for open gaming. We're going to have battle tech pods. So I'm going to be spending all my waking hours in the battle tech pods.
I was going to say, we got battle tech pods. I'm there. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
It's not free.
It's not free. But it's not that expensive either.
No.
How not free?
I don't remember.
I felt like it was like $7 for 15 minutes or something like that, or
something like that.
Do you know if the pinball machines, if they show up, are they going to be free or they be pay?
I'm pretty sure the pinball are going to be free again.
Oh, nice.
Same with Japanese arcade. That's all we know about the Cosplay Museum. It's I think it's an outside group. It's not being done in house, and it's going to be kind of how cosplay came over to the States and the earlier days and to today. That's what we were told. We don't know.
Mhm.
They weren't there repping their stuff at the All Staff.
Right. And I know nothing, even though I'm connected to museum, but I'll also note that I am only ancillarily connected to NDK these days.
Well, that museum is in house, whereas the cosplay one isn't. So
Mhm.
they will be unrelated.
Yeah, so it's not related to us at all.
Yep.
And by us, I mean the people I'm not actually working
Mhm.
for anymore.
Yeah.
Is part of the retro going to be LAN gaming?
We thought about it, but
Oh, man,
Too
that's so fun.
logistical nightmare.
it's just be a pain in the ass, especially since like we could do it,
Mhm.
but it's sort of like, do we want to take up 4 of our console stations with LAN Halo? Not really.
What if we all
Mhm.
brought in our own PCs with the big monitors and had to wheel the monitors in on a cart because they're all CRTs, and then
Yep.
haul them all in and wire them
Well,
together? Take 2 days to wire them up.
that was a talk about do we want to do actual CRT gaming on for the retro stuff, like the
Oh,
actual
that'd been fun, actually.
And it's like, one, I think out of my entire crew, which is a little bit smaller this year than usual, we have 1 CRT among us.
Yeah. Most people
And
were pretty quick to get rid of the CRTs, and I can't blame them.
and like a few years ago, we had the Japanese arcade people that we had in there. They also had like a projector that was running like Mario Kart 64, and it looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it looked like shit.
I
And there
mean,
was somebody playing
logistically.
Mario Kart 64 24/7. So obviously, we don't need to have it be as presented on the tech that it was at the end of the day when it was originally out, as it was intended to be.
Mhm.
Which is something that I actually care about, and especially if you're doing it from a video game museum point of view, that's important. But for people playing the games, some of them are just kind of like, yeah, it's old and looks like shit. Wee. All right.
Well, and I mean, but the thing is, and this is something that still kind of baffles me, but I mean, Troy's got a kid that is just like my kid, just fascinated by these absolutely low res 8-bit, 16-bit games. So, I mean, looking like crap apparently is a thing. So, and
Well, yeah.
I'm always baffled. I even say this to them all the time, which is we were ecstatic when we finally grew out of this miserable like 8-bit thing, and here you are, really working hard to get back to it. We
Well, if you
understand it.
okay, we're at 10 o'clock. We put a pin in this because this
Let's
is
put a
something
pin in this.
we can actually
We
talk about.
finally found our topic at the last minute.
Retro
Yeah.
retro gaming.
And this is why. And I'm sorry, everybody. I don't tell people to watch our podcast. People are like, "You're on a podcast? We love you, Alex." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Don't
no.
watch our podcast. It's terrible."
Yeah. If you
Bye,
don't
Bob.
watch it,
Good
yeah.
night, Bob.
Good night, Bob. Yeah, it's the. Do you want to hang out with us and listen to us talk and then like kind of interject through text? That's
Yeah, I
what
mean,
this is.
Most of the people over there on the right are our people, folks that we knew and we know and are willing to hang out with us. And effectively, they're just sipping coffee and watching and hanging out with us for an hour.
We have no producer. We have no set list. We yeah.
No, I told somebody today. I'm like, you don't want to watch this. My friends, they're my friends, but sometimes they get off on like a car teaching driving school teaching jag, and I just open up Good Old Games or Steam and start playing something.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, maybe that's a little harsh, but still,
I've done that on more than
I know
one
you
occasion.
I don't know about harsh. I just I'd say it's the truth. But I mean, there's times where guy goes off on Star Trek and
Yeah.
he's on a roll, and I mean, like, hey, someone out there's going to appreciate it. Another guy listening to it.
Yeah.
So I let it happen.
Yep.
But yeah, we don't have a producer who makes this a show. So and
Wraps our knuckles.
I know we've had people, we've had at least a person who is here now offer to do that kind of thing, but I don't know if I hate them that much to make them do that.
Right.
Fair.
That's fair.
Well, cool.
But
All
yeah,
right.
it's fun.
We're at an hour.
But we could talk about that next week. We'll talk about
Video
retro
games, retro gaming. Break, do
Retro
your
gaming
homework.
and the stuff that the kids today wanting to get back to that generation.
I'll see if I can't get one of those kids that'll be willing to come on here and be a guest for at least a few minutes.
Cool.
There you go. We'll see.
Yeah.
Either way, that's probably pretty much all we could do for today. Until next week, I've been Guy.
I've been Troy.
And I've been Alex.
And this is Geek Tank.